Jubilee, White Queen are here. They're doing whatever. So many words. Talking and talking while they're fighting. Sabretooth doing his thing. Banshee is doing his thing. None of it fucking matters. Back to Northman Reviews, everyone. And we are going to be looking at the Phalanx Covenant issue part 3 and 4 of Uncanny X-Men 317 and X-Men number 37. I did the first two parts to this in separate issues. Like, the Phalanx Covenant was spread out through all the X-Men books. But, like, each one, most of them were, like, subcategorized in their own little chapters. This is the Generation Next, with the Uncanny X-Men and X-Men, which is basically just a prelude to Generation X comic book that was coming up. I did the first two. I really liked the first one, part one, when it started in Uncanny X-Men, because it had kind of a compelling story where Banshee, having been away from the X-Men for a while, comes back and he just starts to realize things are not what they seem, because the Phalanx... Oh yeah, let's take a look at this. The Phalanx had infiltrated and taken over the X-Men and replaced them. So you had people like Beast and Gambit and Bishop and Rogue and Psylocke and all those guys wandering around, but they were acting slightly different, not quite themselves. Banshee was starting to pick up on it, and then he eventually figured out that the only people in the X-Mansion who were actually real were himself, White Queen, Jubilee, wherever the fuck she is, and Sabretooth. Right? And so it was, Banshee taking the lead, frees those guys, and they escape, and they blow up, not the X-Mansion, but like the Danger Room or Cerebro or something like that. And then they realize that the Phalanx are going after the next generation of mutants. And then the chapter after that, which was an X-Men, was fine and all, and you go along with them on their quest to help these young people, and they introduce Sync in that one. I can't remember. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is that this storyline just wasn't very interesting after the first issue, honestly. And I was going to do these in a separate video each, but as I was looking through these, I was just bored, and I didn't know what was going on half the time, even though it has some early Joe Madureira art and, some Andy Kubert art, and that's not a bad thing. So we're just going to flip through both of these really quick and, just kind of get this Phalanx Covenant out of the way. So part 3, Joe Mad art, at least, there's that. Paige Guthrie, she was kidnapped in one of the last ones, and she's in some weird place, and she's picking up whatever this fucking drape is, some cloth, but it's actually this fucking dude's skin's body. It's so just gross. Generation X, the characters, I realized this when I did the Age of Apocalypse version, Generation Next. They're just, a lot of them just have gross powers. His skin comes off. Monet, she's kind of hot, but she's hot. She's a child, so she's not hot. But she's supposed to be like a very beautiful, bright young woman, but for some reason she's just like silent and mute and not interacting, and she doesn't really do anything but sit there like a vegetable almost. She's aware of the world but doesn't do anything. And Paige Guthrie, you don't realize what her powers are yet, but it turns out that it's pretty gross too. So these are the next the generation of mutants. Husk is her name. Paige Guthrie. Skin. Monet. Blink. And who the hell is this asshole? I don't know. And they're trying to figure out where they are, who each other are. Don't really care about any of this. Some good art. We'll take a look at all the art going on. I don't know what's going on with her fucking shit here. I mean, I do. Her power is starting to manifest, and we as the reader, along with them, don't really know what's going on. Cities, buildings, trees, cameras, people running, ads. Cool art again. Joe Mad, he comes a long way. Like this is competent. Like I actually appreciate Joe Mad's art back in the day. He gets so much better as he progresses, like as most artists should. But this is cool. Like I don't know what she's wearing. It's not a body. Like where's a fucking zipper? I commented on this on the last one. But I love how the way he draws this guy's pants sink here. He can mimic other people's powers if he's in close proximity. So he was using his power and carrying these guys around. That's a sexy shot. Now we can talk about how the women are sexy because she's of age. Battle plans. What are we doing? Yelling at each other. You know, White Queen doesn't like anybody. I know he's checking out her ass, but where are they? Doesn't matter. That's a cool shot there. Probably belongs to her. The big fucking computer screen. And they're trying to figure out where these guys are. They're trying to figure out what's going on with her. It's not geniuses. It has something to do with her powers. Monet there doing whatever in the back. And here's the bad guy for this chapter. What's his name? Let's find. This guy's name is Harvest, I guess. Blink here. She was very prominent in Age of Apocalypse. Not so much in this, the rest of the Marvel universe, and we'll find out why real soon. This guy actually had a toy of this dude. And there was a button on the... It's cool because there's all these faces on him for whatever reason. Because the Phalanx are weird and creepy. They're on the toy, you know, the action figure. There was a button on the back that made some of this shit move. Like one of the faces just came up. Some of the eyes popped out. One guy's tongue came out. I can't remember what the other one did. But it was a cool, creepy thing for that toy. I wish I still had it, but got rid of it for whatever reason. Don't know what's going on here. Generation X, here they come. Who are they talking about here? Looks like Cable. There's a whole history of Cable. Read that in a circle? I don't know. Maybe I should read this. Maybe it would answer some shit that Executioner song didn't. Maybe. Alright. Maybe after I do this video, I'll pause it and read it and then come back to it. But probably not. People are talking. Who's the writer on this shit? Scott Lobdell. He's all right. There's some good stuff. I mean, all good stuff. And there's character development. There's relationship building. This isn't bad. You got to have the quiet moments before you get the fucking crazy stuff. But not much is happening. I just watched my brother Rob's video on Heroes Reborn Iron Man, and he talked about how boring that was, and it didn't get to the action. There's a balancing act, and he's 100% right. Kind of the same thing going on here. Not a lot going on. Maybe we'll get to some action, but there's some creepiness going on, and there's plenty of action in the last two issues. So this is a good time to just settle down and set up the story and what more is going on. Develop the relationships. Who are these assholes? I don't know. And then Monet, she suddenly comes out of her little funk and starts doing things, and she's supposed to be brilliant, and she figures out how to get out, and also figures out that this asshole, this blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nazi poster boy, was a Phalanx. So they take care of him right quick. And they're fucking around with S.H.I.E.L.D. Is this S.H.I.E.L.D.? I guess? I don't know. They're doing stuff. Don't really care. Let's just look at the art. Cool Sonic Banshee cry, whatever it is. Sexy face of White Queen. Explanation. She starts probably giving some monologue about what is actually going the fuck on. And she turns with her fist and punches a fucking hole through their little containment bubble. That's kind of cool. But Paige Guthrie here, sister of Cannonball, she's not doing too great. And the end of this issue, right? So there's the group, and they escape. Banshee and those guys are coming from. Oh, yeah. Sabretooth, also, he was with them, right? In the last issue, he escaped. He had, like, this fucking muzzle and these, like, gloves on to prevent him from biting and slashing too much. But he got those off somehow, and he escaped. So Banshee was like, God damn it, man. All right, so take a look at the double-page spread on the back. I mean, kind of a spoiler. Sabretooth comes back. Andy Kubert art. Just, these guys fucking freaking out about what's going on here. She doesn't give a fuck. She just wants to show her ass. Alright. Techno-organic shit going all up inside her. Gargoyles is such a good show. If you have Disney, and you should, just fucking watch this show. It's so good. Just watch the first few, the mini-series beginning. So good. Good art, good animation, great music. Oh my god, so they're fighting Phalanx people. They're falling, I guess. Weird anatomy stuff. I would never think to do any of this. Nor would I think it would be a good idea. I mean, Andy Kubert makes it work as best he can. They're on a ship or a boat, I suppose. Monet comes in. I don't know what her fucking powers are. Is she strong? I don't know. Must be strong. Harvest. Again, looking at him, don't give a fuck, but showing her ass. So many words. Like, what is his deal? What does he want to do? I don't know. Motivation be damned. You know, we need to create a new race, and we gotta fuck you guys over to do that. So here comes Sink, or Everett is his name, and Banshee, and they're doing some James Bond shit. And Jubilee and Emma Frost are doing some girly shit. I don't know what they're doing. Some Phalanx shit comes at them. She shoots that shit. There's a lot of shit going on, you know what I mean? Goofy smiling at each other. I don't know what they're saying. Who cares? Bad guys are coming at the group here. The children. It's all very frightening. But here comes fucking Sabretooth. Has a heart of gold, I guess. Slashing his way in, biting his way in. Now, really quick sidebar. I think I said that. I don't know how they would make it work. I'm sure they could. You're right. You can make anything work. I thought it would be kind of interesting because all this is to set up the Generation X comic book, right? And this is a perfect example. Jubilee, Banshee, and White Queen are all part of Generation X. These two are the, like, headmaster, mistress. Jubilee is, like, one of the students. It would have been interesting if they would have found a way to put Sabretooth in that group. It would have created a weird dynamic. I mean, he's too murderous, but you could neuter him for a bit. Does that fuck over the character of Sabretooth? You bring him back as being... Once the Generation X comic gets canceled, like it inevitably did, you could fucking bring him back as a murderer. But it would have been kind of fun to see him with that group. Because I don't know what the fuck happened in any of those Generation comics. Sabretooth comes in, slashing his way through. And people are like, oh my god, that's cool. But it's not really doing much against this guy. He just reforms himself, but nice try, Sabretooth. I mean, they did it in Age of Apocalypse. Like, he was a good guy there, and he had this, like, mentor-mentee relationship with Blink here, like Wolverine and Jubilee did. Like, they could fucking find a way to make it work, but they didn't, and I don't know why voice got really high all of a sudden. So here comes Banshee, fucking finally, blows that shit up, comes in. I gotta read this out loud. And I brought along some help as well. Meet Everett Thomas. He'll like all you, but better. I'm surprised to find you here, Creed. Got a problem with it, Irish? Not at all, boyo. That's how he talks, right? Let's see. Who are we talking about here? I don't know. Banshee, I guess? I think it was Banshee. Okay, shit's going on. Sabretooth is doing some creepy shit. Pardon me. He's sniffing around. He's looking for something. Who knows? People are talking, and Sabretooth is sniffing around her. This is such a weird... The proportions here, I know they're supposed to be children, teenagers. I don't know, 15, 16 maybe? And he's older and bigger, but she just doesn't look... It just looks weird, the sizing here. Anyways, he's sniffing around her, and he's like, I'm looking for something. I think I found it. So he slashes at her. Everyone's like, Creed! What are you doing, man? If you've hurt the girl, I'll... Can't Irish, I just saved the girl. And her gross power is... Her name is Husk, and she'll, like, basically tear off her outer layer of her skin to have a different kind of body beneath it. Here she's metal. She can be other things. I've seen her do, like, weird energy blasting. She can do, like, be a... Not a gas, but a fucking, like, she's done a... like a acid. Just weird shit. So, you know, her skin will grow back, but she... It's like a... I don't know, it's fucking gross and weird. Anyways, so that's her. Anyways, the bad guy comes back. There's a lot of fighting. Like, you won't beat me. Yes, we will. You won't win. Yes, we will. Jubilee, White Queen are here. They're doing whatever. So many words. Talking and talking while they're fighting. Sabretooth doing his thing. Banshee is doing his thing. None of it fucking matters. And I don't know what... I didn't bother to reread this. But Clarice or Blink here... I think she figures out what she needs to do. Now, her power is a weird teleportation power. It's like a portal thing, right? Not like Nightcrawler. How does she do it? Like, she opens a... In Age of Apocalypse, they show it so much more. She has these arrows, she throws it, creates a portal, and then she throws another one and opens up something like that. No. But, oh god. Sabretooth getting his ass fucked up, and she realizes what she can do with her power here, and it's kind of sad, and they're like, no, don't, stop, like, you can't do this. And she's like, goodbye, my friends. She knows whatever she's going to do with her power, going to blink this guy out of existence, but it's also going to kill her, and that's what ends up happening. This version of Blink... like weird shit going on up here, does save the day, but at, the cost of her own life. And this character is officially dead, which is kind of crazy because, you've been with her since, for the past few issues of this. You're thinking all these characters are going to be new and going into Generation X. Now, Blink became a more popular character in Age of Apocalypse, and then she gave her own miniseries, or not miniseries, but it was in Exiles, and she was in fucking X-Men Days of Future Past, right? Yeah, that was her power, like with the fucking portals and everything. So that's more you can say for most of these guys. So I think they killed the wrong one. Probably should have killed the guy with the fucking skin thing. But there's the group, the main group of Generation X. And I think I have some of those issues around. Maybe we'll look at them at some point, but I just want to get this out of the way. So, it is what it is. 2 issues. down the drain. Phalanx Covenant. What do you think? Was it cool? Was it stupid? Am I being too harsh? You tell me. Tell me, am I wrong? I probably won't care, but it is what it is. So, there it is. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.